I want to start with a feeling. You ever have that moment, maybe in a meeting, where you suddenly snap back and realize you have no idea what's been said for the last, 10 minutes?
Oh, the classic zone out. Yeah, that happens to everyone.
Or you finish your lunch and you can't even remember tasting it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was looking into this, and I saw this number that it blew me away. Apparently, we spend 47% of our waking hours thinking about something other than what we're actually doing.
It's a huge number.
That's almost half our lives.
Yeah.
Just kind of missing in action.
It is, and that's the thing. We're physically there, but our minds are. They're time traveling, we're worrying about the future, or, replaying something from the past.
And that's not good for us, is it?
No, the research is pretty clear. We're actually happiest when our minds are focused on what we're doing in the present moment.
Which brings us to this big word, mindfulness. Now, usually when I hear that, I picture yoga mats and silent retreats.
Right. People think it's something complicated or woo.
Yeah. But the definition we're using is actually really simple. It's almost like data processing for your brain.
Exactly. It's just paying attention. It's the act of simply observing your own feelings in real time.
But there's a really specific rule about how you observe them, isn't there?
Yes, and this is the absolute key. The rule is no judgment.
No judgment.
None. So usually we feel stressed and our brain immediately goes, oh, this is bad. I hate this. Make it stop. That's judgment.
Right.
Mindfulness is just, oh, look, there's a feeling of stress. You just notice it.
So it's like watching a car drive past your house. You don't have to run out and get in it.
That is the perfect analogy. You just watch it go by. And just doing that, just that little shift, it helps you focus and it can lower your stress almost immediately.
Okay, but let's make this practical. Because, I don't have an hour to go sit on a cushion at work.
Nobody does.
That's why I really like this idea of micro moments. It just sounds doable. Like I just need 30 seconds, not a whole retreat.
Precisely. And you can do this in your office chair right now.
Okay, how?
It's simple. Step 1, just feel the weight of your body on the chair. Step 2, just listen. Listen to the sounds in the room, the hum of the computer, maybe some typing.
And what happens when my brain inevitably runs off and starts making a to-do list?
That's the most important part, actually. The moment you notice you've drifted and you gently bring your attention back to the chair.
Yeah.
That's the exercise. That's the bicep curl for your brain. Every time you bring it back, you're strengthening that focus muscle.
So failing to stay focused is actually part of the workout.
It is the workout.
I like that. But, we also have to protect that focus.
Yeah.
Which means we have to talk about the great enemy of mindfulness.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Ah, the great myth of the modern workplace.
I am so guilty of this. I think I'm being super productive answering emails during a meeting.
But you're not, really. Your brain can't actually do two complex things at once. It just switches back and forth really, really fast.
And that's switching.
Yeah.
It has a cost.
A huge cost. Every time you switch, you lose a little data. You're more likely to make mistakes. It is so much better to just do one thing, do it well, finish it, and then move on.
Okay, so single tasking stops the drain on our attention. But what about refilling the tank? Because I saw one other tool mentioned for this. Gratitude.
Yeah, and I know I can sound a bit soft, but the mechanism behind it is hard science. Our brains have a built-in negativity bias.
What was that?
We're wired to scan the world for threats, for what's wrong. Tigers, angry bosses.
Useful for survival, I guess, but maybe bad for our general mood.
Exactly. So writing a gratitude list, and it can be for really simple things like, I had a good cup of coffee this morning. It manually forces your brain to scan for safety and reward instead of threats. You're literally retraining it.
So to wrap this all up then, it's stop multitasking. Use these little micro moments to reset your focus during the day. And maybe use gratitude to, rewire your brain's default setting.
It's a simple toolkit, but it is incredibly powerful.
In fact, let's leave everyone with a little challenge. Let's try one of those micro moments right now.
Yeah.
As you're listening to this, can you just feel exactly how you're sitting in your chair?
Pay attention to that feeling. Don't judge it as good or bad. Just feel it.
There you go. You're doing it. Enjoy your day, one moment at a time.